say. People come from far, far, far away to find their dreams, chasing down these meteors and comets called dreams in the sky of life.
Yo, what's Gucci, everybody? It's your boy, SJ Kate out, the first Black Super Saiyan to work right on this planet, and I'm back here with another stream. I'm going to kind of handle this stream by myself. I'm really not going to be here that long because I want to talk about this, and I might talk about the Will Smith slap. Well, his apology video. I might talk about that. I might, but I want to keep this focus on the Milestones Generations documentary. So this is a documentary that dropped on HBO Max. I was watching this shit while I was at work. I was like, fuck work. This documentary is more important right now. I was watching it. I was engaged. It's a 53-minute documentary. This documentary is amazing. It basically details the rise of Milestone Comics, the inspirations, the timeline where they ended up now. Milestone Comics, the last time we seen them was back in the 90s. They had a revival with Static Shock in a sense. And then they officially came back in 2020, getting ready to produce a animated movie featuring all the Milestone characters, Rocket, Icon, possibly the Blood Syndicate, Static Shock, pretty much, all the Milestone characters in one movie. And also in this documentary, just to confirm right quick, I know people are asking, this is Reggie Hudlin. He works with Milestone. He works in Milestone. He is confirming this. So listen to this real quick, guys. This is big. This is confirmation that we are still getting our Static Shock movie. So I want to let y'all know.
We're going to be expanding the line of books from 3 to 6 next year. We have a live-action Static Shock movie in development. We have an animated feature in development. It's going to feature the whole Milestone cast.
So that's just Reggie Hudlin basically confirming what I just said to you guys. Shouts out to Milestone Comics. Milestone Comics, honestly, after watching the documentary, I was like, yeah, I need to give me some more of those. I need to give me some. I'm about to order me some this weekend. This documentary was dope because Milestone, what they was doing, these motherfuckers was ahead of the curve, y'all. If we talking diversity, culture, all that, they was ahead of the curve with that shit. They was introducing trans characters, black characters, Asian characters, Hispanic characters. They even made a group called the Blood Syndicate. It's basically a gang of people who are, used to be gang members, and they come together and they fight to protect their communities. Rival gang members come together to protect their communities. Icon, alien from another planet, been living on this world for a long time, gets inspired, by Rocket, like, yo, you should become a hero, protect these people here. Man, a lot of this shit is dope. This shit is dope. This is why, and a lot of these characters they created are original black characters too. Original black characters. And this is why, I begin on stuff like Miles Morales, Black Falcon, like all these, our black characters that created in DC and Marvel, and then they either have to take on the mantle of somebody else and adopt a new identity, get rid of their old identity and adopt a new one just to get more popular or get more out there. Nah, Milestone is creating characters with their own identities, original with their own identities. Because having your own identity as a black person in America, that shit is very fucking important. Because for us in America being black, majority of us had to adopt another culture. That's when our people with slaves had to adopt another people's culture, religion, the way they live, the way they talk, the way they eat, the way they move, all that shit. This is why I say identity within us is very important. I'm not saying you can't adopt other people's stuff or share cultures and all that. But it's very important as a black individual that you have your own shit. You have something to stand on. It's not you getting hand me downs, all this shit. Not saying you can't get no hand me downs. Not saying that, but it's important to have your own identity. That's why characters like Milestone, this shit is important, bro. It's important to the culture, the communities. It's important for people that aren't black. It's important for everybody. This documentary was amazing. Rest in peace to Dwayne McDuffie. Rest in peace to Dwayne McDuffie. These creators that came together was really a powerful force. Um, and the time and effort they put into this shit, and mind you, they had a lot of doubts going into this, but they said, hey, let's go ahead and do this shit, and they fucking did it. And I didn't know this, but Black Lightning was one of their inspirations to really like jumpstart this too. So, and Black Lightning was created by DC, and makes sense with Static, black, young black superhero, lightning and shit, static electricity, kind of makes sense now. But yeah, Black Lightning was damn near the inspiration, not full inspiration for the company, but one of the many inspirations that got Milestones where it was at. Because Black Lightning was kind of one of the good parts of black representation that DC did put out there, aside from like the other corny shit. But like Black Lightning was one of those good pieces of representation that we needed. Let me get some of these comments real quick, and then we'll keep it pushing. What up, Anzo from Big Four Entertainment? It's on HBO Max. I checked out. Yes, it's on HBO Max. They just dropped it. They dropped it last night, so they dropped it at midnight. SJ, what's your thoughts on Aang movie in 2024? I am excited for it. So they changed how the movie's gonna go. So it was gonna be a Kyoshi movie, but they changed it to a movie about Aang and his friends are gonna be a slightly older, and he's gonna show them when they're older and what they was doing, which I think is great because we do need to see that. We need to see what they was doing when they was older before Korra comes in and continues as the next generation after them. K-Dots, will Adam Warlock be a moron man baby in Guardians Galaxy 3? I don't know. Hope not. I mean, James Gunn, he's probably going to make him super comedic and funny and goofy, but, it's James Gunn. So I'm not an Adam Warlock fan, so I won't be hurt. If I was an Adam Warlock fan and I see how he gets treated, I might be a little bit more pissed, but I'm no Adam Warlock fan. I'm no Guardians fan. I'm not a fan of these characters, so I don't really... What James Gunn does in characters, I really don't care for. But even some of the way he treats those characters still irks me just a little bit. But it's whatever. I don't have no ties to those characters. S.J. Franklin say that CJ and him will be in GTA 6. Well, they might show up. They might show up. I feel like they might have a cameo. Franklin and CJ. Well, not CJ. Franklin for sure. I can see Franklin having a cameo because CJ is part of the PS2 era of the GTA games. KDZ, what up, Tony Tone? Big Braille. Shout out Rippaverse. Yeah, look, with the Rippaverse thing, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Hey, he's creating his own shit. He's creating his own shit. That's what, hey, you can dislike his views, all that, whatever. I don't care. He's creating his own shit. I'm not interested in buying it. I don't really have any big interest like that. But he's putting his own stuff out there. He's creating his own shit. So you got to give him props for that. Got to give him some respect. I mean, a little bit of respect for that. I'm not saying you have to respect his views and him as a person, but you got to respect. After all this talk of saying we need this, we need that, he's getting out there and doing it. So shouts out Ripper for that. Icon looks cool. The art does look cool. I heard someone on Twitter say the Rippaverse art is trash. I was like, bruh, I get you hate Eric July, but don't sit up here and cap and say the art is trash. That art is not fucking trash. It's far from trash. I've seen other art styles like it in DC and Marvel comics, but that art is far from trash. I was like, I get it. You hate Eric, but don't cap and say this is ugly when it's not ugly. That's like you see a fine ass girl and then she turns you down and then you say, "Oh, you was ugly anyways." Nigga, no, she wasn't ugly because you was trying to get at her. That's basically what I saw people doing to Eric's, his comics, like, oh, the art is trash, blah blah blah. Like, bruh, I get it. You hate him, but don't lie. You can still say this looks good, but still dislike the person. Icon and Hardware finally shown love. Yeah, you guys, this is the thing. This is why I appreciate that DC fandom panel. If y'all remember the last DC fandom, they gave them a panel to speak, and a lot of people said, "Oh, why ain't they promoting it?" They literally promoted that shit at fandom. They promoted it at fandom, and they gave them a big platform to promote they shit at DC fandom. So I hope this year or next year we have DC fandom. Zaslav, your cheap ass better have that DC fandom. There was over 70,000 people watching that DC fandom that got exposure to Milestone Comics. That presentation, over 70,000 people. I'm not saying all those 70,000 people loved it or liked it, or saw it's like, yo, I'm gonna get this, but they got exposure, a lot of exposure, which is great. And when Milestone ended, right? When Milestone ended, and I just to break down this documentary, it was literally fucked up how DC kind of Ezra, they bullied out Dwayne McDuffie. They wanted to get out Dwayne McDuffie because these people was breaking, some narratives and shit. There was a comic they put out, and it was supposed to be a comic about Static losing his virginity, right? A comic about Static losing his virginity. The comic was going to explore black sexuality, where he's straight, gay, but Static was straight and it was a girl. So it was exploring black sexuality, what it's like for a black teen, a black woman, and a black boy in high school to want to explore sex and all that shit. And DC was like, why is there condoms on the cover? Oh, you need to cover that up. And they didn't like that. So eventually they compromised and covered it up. They put a black they basically covered it up and hid the condoms and stuff. And it wasn't used condom, it had condoms in the wrapper, but they was on the comic. Condoms in the wrapper on the comic, and it was Static on the couch with this girl, and they was making out and stuff. And you know what? I'm kind of glad they was pushing those narratives and going for it, because a lot of these comics, and let's go back to the OG comics, Batman was snapping motherfuckers' necks and shit. Oh, but condoms ain't cool? What the fuck? Batman back in the 1930s when DC started was over here snapping people necks. Back in the 30s, and I've been reading some of the old Superman comics, them niggas was sexist to Lois Lane. But mind you, back in that time, people were sexist to women and shit. And they was promoting that stuff to kids during that time, especially little boys. And they see a comic where Lois Lane is getting disrespected by men, and like, ooh, okay, so I think I can talk to women like that. The way Dwayne McDuffie literally got pushed out by DC in them was fucked up. But I'm glad that back in 2020, they was able to mend all these wounds and fix this stuff and repair it, because we're in different times. Milestone was so ahead of the curve that they was literally doing the shit that people are asking for today. More diversity, touching up on topics such as, Black Lives Matter, protests, just anything, any topic. They literally changed Static's origin to fit up to fit today, because they want to relate to the real world. They don't want to avoid the real world problems. They want to bring that stuff into the comics and, turn it into stories. So they changed Static's origin. Static's origin used to be he was in a big gang war. This big bang gas blew up, and it gave everyone their powers, and it gave Static powers too. And Static's new origin, the 2020 origin, he's at a Black Lives Matter protest, and they did this because of George Floyd and the riots and seeing the police and how they're treating people, attacking them, and all that. And through this new origin, someone throws bang baby gas into the protest, and people get powers and stuff. So they want to they don't want to avoid the world. I understand comics is a chance to escape, but you can still escape and still talk about the real world and still turn it into fun and interesting stories. You know what? Watching the documentary, I love the way Milestone, and you really notice how DC, the comics company, before Milestone closed down, was really trying to, not give these black people the power they needed to run their own shit, because everyone working there was so happy. They had so many people working there, so many people. And when Dwayne McDuffie left, guess what? They lost 50 to 60% of their workers. That was before DC got Dwayne McDuffie out. Recipes Dwayne McDuffie. And you just had a bunch of these workers there that's trying to bring up the rest of the communities, like, yo, come on in. You got DC, the main comics company at this time, back, you guys, this is back in the 90s, going like, ugh, cut some of this shit out. They was probably thinking, this is business and you can't be, too many people, all that, blah, blah, blah. But they was like, nah, we want to help our community and help our community, help our people, bring all these people in. They're here to create stories and shit. Icon, Rocket, Hardware, the Blood Syndicate, all these characters, bro. I'm about to give me some Milestone comics this weekend. Like, cut out for a bit. The fact that we're about to get a Static Shock live action movie from them, Milestone, and they're going to be in is currently in development. Man, it's gonna be tight. It's gonna be tight. Milestone is back, and I'm glad they back. Y'all get ready to come support Milestone Comics. These guys really need the support. And people don't notice, but that Static Shock show really helped get them back to where they at now. The popularity of that show, the exposure that show did for Milestone, and this is why I say these movies and TV shows are important when it comes to this comic book shit, because these comic books don't ever really get enough exposure like that. They never really did. There's a time when people start losing interest, all these big budget movies and stuff come out, entertainment changed. It got to where we want to watch shit now. We want to see things move, right? Static Shock, they talk about in his documentaries, the Static Shock show, that shit was very fucking important because it helped mend the relationship, that helped fix a relationship, the fallout between some of the Milestone people and DC. Because they asked them, yo, we want the Milestone people to come and work on the show. And I thought that was really tight. And that show had pure exposure, man. And that show, that's why most cartoons don't hold up like this show today. Touching up on gun violence, racism, in a fucking kids show, all that shit. That's why I say DC got the best superhero animated cartoons, bruh. Shouts out to Static Shock. That show really fucking helped. It did, because at the time when they fell out in the 90s, DC really only wanted to keep Static, and it kind of made sense. He's the kid, probably the most relatable, he had the coolest powers. He was honestly the best character of them all. Not saying Icon, and Rocket, and Hardware ain't tight, but if you told me, hey, pick only one of these characters to promote, I'm picking Static. I'm honestly picking Static. That's what I'm promoting. But Milestone's back. Um, next, I think it's this year, or next year, they're about to start this program of internships and stuff to get young creators to come in, black, whoever, it don't matter, to come in and join up with Milestone and stuff. So if anyone's interested, watch the documentary. They basically break that stuff down and talk about the internships and the I think they said it was a summit. I'm not sure, but they're doing something to get people to come in, up and coming people that want to create comics, write stories, all that, become publishers. Hit up Milestone because they want to help you out. If Static Shock gets a live action movie, that would be cool. But then again, it's a universe thing. I think the movie's still gonna come out. It's coming out after the Flash reboot, obviously. We're about to get Blue Beetle, which is already pretty much one of the starts of our young superheroes that I really want to see. Static is gonna come shortly after. It's confirmed this documentary, Static Shock movie is coming. It's coming. Everyone just gotta be patient. It's coming. I give it about like 2024, 2025. That's when we're gonna see it. Yeah, I'm gonna support them. This documentary really made me want to get their comics, bro. I was like, bruh, this shit is tight. And Method Man is narrating the documentary. So if y'all love Method Man, he's narrating this documentary for y'all. God, I feel WBD needs to at least make some Milestone animated shows and animated movies. Yeah, Milestone's working on it. So I'm not sure how it's gonna go, but it seems like Milestone is a big part of this stuff's production. So they're going to be the ones doing the animated movie, and they're going to have a huge part in the Static Shock movie. I really hope Tyler Perry does not direct that shit. That would be my worst fear. If Tyler Perry directs Static Shock, bruh. Milestone, do not get that nigga Tyler Perry to produce y'all shit. Well, he can produce it. Don't let him direct it. He can produce. Do not let that man direct. He's about to make this nigga Static. He's about to make this nigga Static have like 2 babies at 15. He got superpower. He's trying to be a superhero. He already got 2 baby mamas and shit that don't like his ass. He gonna be going through some shit. And he gonna be dealing with these drug dealers and stuff. Bruh. Don't let that nigga Tyler Perry direct this shit. Don't let him direct. Keep him away. Have him do what he did for Black Panther. His studio helped host host the team that was filming Black Panther and stuff. So they filmed some of Black Panther at Tyler Perry's studio. If they need because Tyler Perry, as far as his production quality when it comes to cameras and all that, it ain't bad. So if they need some assistance with production stuff, then you can go to Tyler Perry Studios. When it comes to writing and directing, keep Tyler Perry away. Keep him away. Don't let him touch shit. DC needs to stop shelving Hawkgirl. She just came back after all these years. I kind of wish Hawkgirl was in the new Black Adam movie. They really kept these JSA members for this universe limited. The roster can grow from here, but I kind of wish Hawkgirl was part of. Well, yeah, I wish she was part of the roster. But when we see Black Adam, we're gonna see if there is Hawkgirl around or if she's currently dead. Because with Hawkman and Hawkgirl, they get reborn. So maybe Hawkgirl died and she hasn't been reborn yet. So Tyler Perry sweep like Jesus. Hey kid, how would you feel if Jon Stewart, Black Lightning, Cyborg, and Static had a crossover together? That would be tight. Imagine that. That would be dope. I'd watch it. I watch it. I fucks with it. I remember in the Static show when Jon Stewart, Green Lantern, came over and he crossed over into one of Static's episodes, and we find out that Jon Stewart is one of Static's inspirations and stuff. He loved Jon Stewart in that universe. So I love that. I would love for that to happen. They all get a crossover movie together, animation, something. Mainly, I want it in live action. But the Static Shock live action movie, when it comes, that should need to be handled with proper care. It needs to be handled with as much care as the show. It needs to not hold back. It needs to go against the grain, it needs a, hey, put out a statement. Like, this is static, bro. Put out a statement. I'm not saying put out a statement, but I make a statement. Let your movie make a statement. Don't hold back. Don't play games. The show, when the TV show came out, they wasn't playing no games. They focused on bullying, gun violence, gangs, drugs, all that shit. No other TV shows was really doing that shit. It was they was dancing around that shit. That's what the fuck they was doing. Static Shock wasn't doing that as a TV show. I want the movie to be just like that. You don't dance around the topics. You address the topics. It may not be. It may be. Maybe the audience can't handle it, but fuck it. The audience gonna have to handle that shit. Cause that's what makes Milestone so good as a company, is that they wanted to go against the grain. They literally had a trans, and I didn't even notice they had a trans character in their stories. They had some gay and trans characters in their stuff, going against homophobia, all this shit, all the stuff people want today. They fucking got representation, all this shit, everything they was doing. Everybody wants today. Well, for the most part, not everybody. I think the geeks and gamers type people might be like, ew, representation. Why is there a gay motherfucker up in here? I don't think geeks and gamers type of people would like this shit, but I fucks with this. I fucks with it mainly because original black heroes with original identities, not identities of white people and shit that we adopting. Miles Morales, Falcon, Black Falcon, Captain America, wearing ass motherfucker. Shit. Icon and Rocket could easily be a space series on HBO Max, T's and Lobo. Yes. Out there. So the animated movie coming is going to feature all of them. So Static, Rocket, Icon, all of them. The Static Shock movie is going to be so important because it's going to introduce the Dakotaverse, right? Hopefully they branch out and do the live action Dakotaverse too, not just introduce it and just focus on Static. But I hope they bring us a live action Icon, Rocket, and Hardware, and the Blood Syndicate too. Bring all of them in. But when you do them, like, you can't hold back on these characters. That's really, these characters are not meant to be held back. They're not. I'm sorry. Some characters you can tone down for the audience, but sometimes you need to not hold back for the audience. The audience need to they need some wake up calls in their lives. Hardware piqued my interest. But yeah, guys, I recommend y'all go check out the Milestone Generations documentary. It is on HBO Max. This documentary is amazing. I'm telling you, once you start watching it, you ain't going to stop. I couldn't stop. I swear, I was watching this at work, right? And then my boss came in. I was like, "Fuck!" I had to hide my tab and shit. And she was talking to me and shit, talking about blah 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 blah. Y'all know what I was thinking in my head? Shut the fuck up! Shut the fuck up! Shut the fuck up! I'm trying to watch this shit. Leave! I didn't say this shit, but I was thinking it. I was like, "Get the fuck away from me! I'm trying to watch this shit. This shit is interesting." My eyes was glued to this shit. I was still working. I'm not a lazy nigga. I was still working. I was still working. But, she came in. I was so mad because I was so in the zone watching this. It's a really good documentary. I don't watch too many different documentaries. I watch documentaries, but if a documentary is talking about something that has my interest in it, my eyes, you going to get me glued in. I was glued into this. Get Jaden Smith and Kid Cudi for the Static soundtrack. Shit. Get Kendrick, Jaden Smith, Cudi. Throw Kanye up on here. Jay-Z. Yeah, you can throw some new age people in. Migos. Man, when a Static Shock movie comes, I need this to be a hip hop and rap album. Hip hop, R&B, rap, it needs to be that. You have some rock music in there, but it needs to be hip hop. I feel Milestone series would be a shot in the arm to superhero. It does. Like it once you I recommend you guys get some of these comics, like the stories they dive into. It's really stuff that the common people, not just white folks, not just white people, but the common people is like, why are you promoting this? What is this? I can't let my kids see this. It was that type of shit, but it's not the type of shit in like a nasty fucking way, like you know, uh, like something glorifying doing drugs. You know, is nothing like that. It's just shit that people need to see and need to hear, that it was like, oh man, you're showing that? My kids can't look at this. Yeah. It's that type of shit. And Milestone does that. But you guys go check out Milestone Generations. Great documentary. Method Man is narrating. We're about to go ahead and close out this topic. I have time for one more topic. Or time for one more. Be real brief with this one. So Will Smith has put out an apology. He put out an apology for Chris Rock. Now, this is not just apology for Chris Rock. This is an apology for everybody. The audience, people that was there, people that was receiving their Oscars. Apology for everybody. I watched it and I fucks with it. I think it was a genuine one. I feel like people want to find a way to turn this into something negative or whatever, but this is why I like Will Smith as an individual, just in general. Yeah, people may not agree with what he did with the Oscars and stuff, whatever. When that situation happened, I didn't lose any respect for Will, and I didn't lose any respect for Chris. I still like both of them. Still like both of them. That didn't change my opinion. A lot of people was let down and felt betrayed by Will when he did that. I wasn't. I wasn't. But we're gonna talk about this. And he pretty much says what I confirmed, because this nigga's a grown ass man, and at least he's admitting to his faults. He's admitting to his faults. Most people don't do this shit. Most people fake this shit. I'm not saying he's telling the truth, whatever, but this seems genuine. It does. Let's go ahead and look at this. It's a 5-minute video. Bear with me, guys. 5 minutes. This will be the last topic of the stream, guys. Don't want to go too long. What's up, WZ? Good to see you. I already discussed the Milestone thing, WZ.
Why didn't you apologize to Chris in your acceptance speech? I was fogged out by that point. It's all fuzzy. I've reached out to Chris, and the message that came back is that he's not ready to talk, and when he is,
which is understandable,
he will reach out. So I will say to you, Chris, I apologize to you. My behavior was unacceptable, and I'm here whenever you're ready to talk. I want to apologize to Chris's mother. I saw an interview that Chris's mother did, and that was one of the things about that moment. I just didn't realize, and I wasn't thinking, but how many people got hurt in that moment. So I want to apologize to Chris's mother. I want to apologize to Chris's family, specifically Tony Rock. We had a great relationship. Tony Rock was my man, and this is probably irreparable. I spent the last 3 months replaying and understanding the nuances and the complexities of what happened in that moment. And I'm not going to try to unpack all of that right now, but I can say to all of you, there is no part of me that thinks that was the right way to behave in that moment. There's no part of me that thinks that's the optimal way to handle a feeling of disrespect or insults. After Jada rolled her eyes, did she tell you to do something? No. It's like, you know, I made a choice on my own, from my own experiences, from my history with Chris. Jada had nothing.
Yeah, guys, real quick. Will is a grown ass man. Jada isn't fucking Hydra reading the fucking codes out the book, reading off the words and shit. Will's a grown ass man. He made that decision himself to go up there and slap Chris. He made that decision. He ran it through his head, blah blah blah, all that. His brain said, "All right, we doing this," and he did it. Jada didn't jump into this motherfucker's mind. You better do it for me, nigga. Nah, he did that himself. That's what I've been saying. Whether I agreed with what he did or not, Will did that himself. All right, he chose to do it.
Nothing to do with it. I'm sorry, babe. And say sorry to my kids and my family for the heat that I brought on all of us. To all my fellow nominees, you know, this is a community. It's like I won because you voted for me, and it really breaks my heart to have stolen and tarnished your moment. I can still see Questlove's eyes. You know, it happened on Questlove's award, and you know, it's like I'm sorry really isn't sufficient. What would you say to the people who looked up to you before the slap, or people who expressed that you let them down? So there's two things. One, that you disappointing people is my central trauma. I hate when I let people down. So it hurts. It hurts me psychologically and emotionally to know I didn't live up to people's image and impression of me. And the work I'm trying to do is I am deeply remorseful, and I'm trying to be remorseful without being ashamed of myself, right? I'm human, and I made a mistake, and I'm trying not to think of myself as a piece of shit. So I would say to those people, I know it was confusing. I know it was shocking. But I promise you, I am deeply devoted and committed to putting light and love and joy into the world. And, you know, if you hang on, I promise we'll be able to be friends again.
All right, get ready for YouTubers to turn that into something negative. Will Smith doesn't mean it. Blah, blah, blah. Will Smith doesn't mean it. He's lying through his teeth. He's reading off a teleprompter. He's reading off a monitor. Look, I'm not saying he didn't or he did. You know, I'm just going off how I feel and how I felt about it. I really think that was a genuine apology. I think he really meant it. whether I agreed with what he did or not, I have no issue with him apologizing to Chris if he felt like he needed to. If he felt like he did something wrong, which he feels like he did, and he wants to apologize for it, it's no problem with that. No issue with that. If you felt like you did something wrong, you might say you didn't do something wrong. But if you feel like you did something wrong, you want to go address it with the person. Chris clearly isn't ready to talk. Makes sense. I don't blame Chris. Would I want to talk to Will after doing that? Maybe not for a while. But I hope with Chris, does eventually have a talk with Will and they talk about it and, settle this stuff and keep it pushing. Because I like them both and I wouldn't want to see them fighting and arguing and stuff. Is not going to change how I engage or interact with their content. I still fucks with both of them. If Chris puts out a comedy special, I'm gonna watch it. If Will does a movie, I'm still gonna watch it. It's not gonna stop me one bit. Now, there's a lot of people that dismiss Will because of a slap and say, "Oh, Will Smith betrayed me," blah blah blah. I hate him, blah blah blah. I'm never gonna support Will Smith again. Look, if y'all going to dismiss Will completely over a slap, I understand it wasn't right to do at that moment, but a fucking slap? Come on now. While these other actors, these people be supporting in that audience, be going to islands with pedophiles and having sex with kids and shit. I don't know if they do. I'm not saying I'm not saying I can't confirm, but a lot of those people was on that island in the audience. So, yeah. But at the end of the day, I respect the apology. He wanted to apologize to everybody, the audience, his mother, Chris's mother, his brother. I'm not sure how Chris, Tony, and Will's relationship will be after this. Hopefully, they all talk about it. Hopefully. Oh, well, it should be Chris and Tony meeting up with Will to talk since Will, as he said, has a relationship with Tony. So it seems like they know each other, hang out. But I'll be honest with you guys, I think they will be able to mend the wounds and fix this and keep it pushing. Right. Will Smith did what he did. He chose to go up there and do that. And that was his decision. There are people that was against was saying, "Oh, Jada made it." Bro, motherfucking Jada didn't make him do it. He got up there and did it. He got up there and did it. He did it himself. He did it. And he admitted he went up there and did it himself. There ain't no ifs, ands, or buts. He did it. Just because my girlfriend looks at me and gives me a look and say, and I see her signaling to what I should do, I still made the decision to go up and do what she supposedly signaled at me to do. Still my responsibility to own up to the decisions I do, I make, I say, all that. You are still a individual that can think. You have free will. A lot of the decisions you make, you have to take some responsibility for. Yeah, he does. He does. His wife's stressing him out. August Alsina, all these people, especially August Alsina, for exposing their business like that. Whether they have the relationship or not, I don't care. Whatever situation they in, that's them. But when August Alsina exposed that shit, that motherfucker was petty as shit. Nigga, I get it. He was clapping Jada's cheeks, whatever. But damn, nigga, you young as hell. You rich and successful. You can't find no other woman. You was that mad over losing Jada's like, man, fuck Will. I'm about to expose all this shit. And you was friends with Jaden too, nigga. Damn, you a petty ass motherfucker. Petty as hell. Petty. But you guys, we're gonna get ready to head up. I want to show y'all something first. I was watching this dude at work. This motherfucker is so goddamn funny, bro. I want to show y'all something. This motherfucker is so funny. I follow this dude's TikTok. This dude is funny as hell. Give me a second. I want to show y'all one. I do it. This is it. This is the one I want to show y'all. This dude is funny as hell, you guys. I'll tell y'all, this motherfucker's funny. Let me share this real quick. This is the last thing we're gonna react to. We're gonna end it on something funny. And when I'm gonna head up out of here, I'm gonna eat with my friend later. I'll get some food. Contemplating if I should get something Asian. We're probably gonna get some Asian food anyways, you know. It's the best type of food you can get. Alright, y'all. Let me play this real quick. This shit is funny as hell. Oh, Jay, if I didn't get you yet, let me get that. I just hope him and Chris do make up. They were so close as friends. I hope they do make up. I want them to make up. You know, I don't like seeing our black entertainers going at it and stuff. Because these people, not saying you need to idolize them, but these people are like, we role models and stuff, people we almost look up to. And I'm not saying you have to look up to them or whatever, but with what they've been doing in the communities for so long as actors and celebrities, like somebody we do look up to him. Like at Will, some of the stuff he did, some of the qualities he has, some of the good stuff to look up to. I'm not saying you gotta look up to him when it comes to relationship shit, but when it comes to the things he says, promotes and stuff, the positive vibes and all that. Yeah, this dude's a very positive. That's why I like Will as an individual. This dude is positive as hell. Rarely do I see him put out negative shit. He's always staying positive, even if he's getting trashed and roasted by the whole fucking world. He does find a way to still keep it positive in a sense. I feel like if Chris and Will be friends again, people who were against Will are gonna flip flop, say we support you. Yeah, they're gonna do that shit. They're gonna do that. That's gonna happen. That always happens. People with these celebrities, they flip flop so much. 1 minute they don't like them, but they slightly do something they like. Slightly do something like they don't even fully do something they like. They're like, oh my gosh, I love you again, and then next week, I hate you. I love you. I hate you. I love you. That's just fandom, bro. These people do never really know what the fuck they want. I do agree, bro. They are gonna make up. But guys, I'm gonna end this topic. We're gonna end it on this note. This dude's funny, y'all. Let me link his shit. Oh, why am I not subscribed? Let me subscribe. This nigga be fired. All right, let's watch this real quick. Let me refresh. I want y'all to hear it. I want y'all to hear the full thing from the start.
Big A! Hello there. May I ask what your name is? Hey, fuck that! Your cat wet as fuck! Oh, your name is Maya, and you're Derek's daughter? Oh, let me show you around. This is my room. Yeah.
Oh my God.
I bet you'll get in that bed and get butt booty neck. Oh, you gotta use the bathroom? All right, bet I got you. All right, so you're gonna go down. You're gonna go down that hallway, and you're gonna make a right there.
Oh my gosh, this motherfucker!
Look who's stuck in a dryer. How you like that, Derek? How you like that? SpongeBob don't look like a big egg.
Y'all, let me link this motherfucker's channel. This dude is funny as hell, bro. I swear, he got me through a whole work shift 2 nights ago, and I was bored as hell. And I was just watching this dude's fucking TikToks. He is funny as shit. Oh my gosh, there's another one. Hold up. There's another one he put up. All right, I haven't seen this one.
Tell you right now, if I catch you in that break room, I'm gonna put your head in that microwave. And what up, man? Put your head in that microwave and start licking the back of your. Hey, bro, I'm gonna call you back. Who the fuck are you? Are you Derek's mama? I'm sorry, Miss Chevelle, but like, I don't think you understand the tension me and Derek has. Your son is a bitch. Your son are not allowed at this fucking house. Get about being Derek's fucking mom. Mama, I didn't have to
This nigga.
It's not my fault. Miss Chevelle want to be a goddamn smart ass. Shut your ass up, Derek. Tell it right now. If I catch you that break room, I'm gonna put.
All right, one more before we dip. One more before we dip. I did not see that. This nigga, bruh. You guys, he's on TikTok. Let me link his channel real quick. He should have his TikTok and shit in his description and about me stuff. But this is his channel here. All right, I'll do one more I definitely haven't seen. How do you cut your stepdad with your sister? Well, I've seen majority of these. I'll show y'all another one that I've seen. How do you when they catch your stepdad cheating? All right, this one's good. All right, last one.
Hey, Derek, where the fuck is that viper? Derek, are you fucking serious? Wait a minute. Is that Uncle Dan? Ain't no fucking way. Hey, Derek, I ain't gonna lie, you got a big ass dick. I gotta tell my mom about this. Mom, you won't believe what I just saw. Uncle Dan was in there sucking Derek's dick. Hey, Derek, where the fuck is that viper?
Oh my god. Oh my gosh, that's it. That is it. That's it. You guys, we gotta head out. Oh my goodness. Derek! Bruh. Thank you all for watching. Shouts out WZ, Big Braille, Jada True, Tony, Anzo, WZ, Dante22, Kavari. Who else came up in here? We got one more person. Kendall. Shouts out Kendall. Philip, Marcus, August Freeman V, the 5th. August Freeman the 5th. Thank you all for coming in. Thank you for watching. Hope you some of his videos about stepdad, stepsister, his mom. Some of them are like random, like football stuff. He plays football, so he does some football TikToks too. But man, that's just funny as hell. But his majority of his videos is on TikTok. Go find. Well, let me link y'all his TikTok because he actually made a new one. Let me get y'all his new one so y'all can find it. I'll just give y'all his new TikTok. Because it is going to be confusing to find.
But I never control it. We go in the room and we smash on the sofa. Smash. Yeah, I'm from Texas. My bitches got that.
Oh, damn, real quick. Let me show y'all this shit. Now, this is what y'all call a high quality Caucasian woman right here. Look at this shit, y'all. Look at this high quality white woman right here.
But I never control it. We go in the room and we smash on the sofa. Smash. Yeah, I'm from Texas. My bitches got that.
Damn. All right, that's not what the fuck I want to show y'all.
But I never control it. We go in the room and we smash on the sofa.
Turn that shit off.
Smash. Smash. Yeah, I'm from Texas. My
God damn, turn that shit off. Whack ass song. All right, this is his TikTok right here. It's a new one. Oh, he got a Twitch too. Okay. All right, you guys, we're heading out. Thank you all for watching. Goes for that peace, love, positivity, and all that jazz. Do not do any drugs. I always say, deuces.